Welp, this is the first episode of Cyclone State. Because it really is a Cyclone State. Today we're going to be talking about how big was actually the win against Kansas. And is West Virginia going to be a hard game because it's at West Virginia? And is the loss of Milan Momcilovic huge for the Cyclones? Let's just start with Milan Momcilovic. A lot of people are saying that he's going to be back by March 4th, which is about 6 weeks. Right now, a lot of people are saying he does have a broken hand, but we haven't had a lot of information on that yet, because it just happened a couple days ago. I actually think just the way that Iowa State played against Kansas last night, or 2 nights ago, I think we'll be fine without him. We'll have him back for the Big 12 and NCAA tournament. But, yeah, I don't know. I thought with the way we played last night without him was perfectly fine because we just dominated West Virginia. Kansas. Yeah, I just think we'll be fine without him, but then we'll get him back for the Big 12 and NCAA tournament. Okay, let's talk about how big was the win against Kansas. I think it was ginormous. I think it was so good. Just being there, just the energy in the Hilton Coliseum is some of the best I've ever been in. And I think Iowa State just dominating number 9 Kansas and winning by 17 points. This as a score of Iowa State was 74 and Kansas with 57. I don't think anybody's done that this entire year who's held Kansas to under 60 points. 57 points we gave them. Plus we held Hunter Dickinson to only 6 points, which is actually crazy to me. Okay, now let's just talk about some stats about the players that played well. Curtis Jones with 25 points and 20 points in the first half. In the second half, he had 2 free throws and a 3. And I don't know how he does it. That's his 7th. We played 16 games all season. Curtis Jones has had 20 plus points in 7 of those now. No, 8 of those now. 8, I think. Deshaun Jackson with an amazing game with 17 points and 10 rebounds with a double-double there. 1 assist, too, also on that stat book. Joshua Jefferson, Curtis Jones, and Keyshawn Gilbert, all with 30-plus minutes on the floor. There's 40 minutes in a game. 30-plus, with Curtis Jones being in for 36 minutes. Starting this game from Milan Momcilovic, the heartbreak of that. And also Deshaun Jackson not starting because missing a crucial film. He missed film on Sunday, which made him to not start, but still came in the game. So Branton Chatfield started. Iowa State with an incredible 61.5% percentage from the 3 point versus Kansas. That's incredible to me. I think if you shoot 61% from beyond the arc, I think you're one of the best teams in the country for sure. And us being number 2, I think that's no accident. I believe we should be number 2. And I think, with Janai Broom literally coming down from his game winner shot against us in the Maui Invitational first round, literally, he cramped on the way down. If he would have cramped literally a minute early, they would have had to put a backup in for him, and we might have won. That's how you can say we're 15-1 right now. And we lost. The game that we lost was against the number 1 team in the country by 1 possession. 1 possession. That's crazy. On the bright side of this, well, not the bright side. This entire thing's the bright side. Demarion Watson. I love that guy. Finally gets to play he's gotten in the second time this season. Now, maybe third time this season. Finally gets to play. And why he's in? He gets a point. Going to the line and misses the first one and makes the second. He might have been a crowd favorite. Every time he came in, every time he went out, people were cheering. Loud too. They were loud. So I think Demarion Watson was a crowd favorite. And number 4, Demarion Watson, was for sure a crowd favorite. I'm just saying, I love Demarion Watson's energy. He, on the defensive side, he was just everywhere. And it's just hard to play, with the number 2 team in the country. He plays on that team. That's just, it's tough to play on those kind of teams. Well, not the bright side, why do I keep saying that? Iowa State has a 12-win streak. And it's also the nation's best. Nobody else has more than a 12-win streak right now. And we played 16 games, and we lost our 4th game against the number 1 team in the country right now. 12 wins in a row. I think 5-0 now in the Big 12. Let's see. I think 5-0. Yeah, because we had Texas Tech, Kansas. We got Baylor and Colorado. So we're 4-0 in the Big 12 right now. Yeah. 4-0 in the Big 12, leading the Big 12 right now. And I think the only other team that's tied with that's 4-0 is Kansas State, with a win against West Virginia by 16 points last night. No, 2 nights ago. Same night that Iowa State played. Kansas State. I think they're an amazing team. Really. Really. With getting Coleman Hawkins. I mean, they're kind of rivals to Iowa State. I think they're a good team. I'd say I don't like their coach, but because I'm an Iowa State fan, but he's been there for a while, and he's leading them well this year, even though I don't like him that much. And the name is Jerome Tang. So let's go back to the Kansas Iowa State game. Iowa State forcing Kansas to 17 turnovers. Kansas, I don't think, has had that many turnovers in the season yet. 17. While Iowa State's 13 turnovers. Well, like, Iowa State, now they're the ninth, like, they're number 9 in scoring offense this year. But, like, they've always been top 10 in defense, not letting points up. And I think last night, Iowa State just showed that they can still play defense. And I believed all season, because they have not played that well on defense, with being number 35 on defense and not letting points up. I think Iowa State can play offense this year and also can play defense. I think the best part about their defense is just how hard they go, one, and when they, yesterday, 2 days ago, when they doubled Hunter Dickinson. And then Dickinson passed it out. How fast they just rotated to getting a new spot, getting a new guy. It's just incredible. It's just incredible. It's just they make it so fast for them. They make them make mistakes. And that's what you want in a defense. Well, now let's talk about, is West Virginia at West Virginia going to be a hard game for the Cyclones? One thing, I think we need to have, when we need a double team Javon Small. He's for sure their, best all-around player on their team. Javon Small's good. Averaging 15 points a game right now. I think he might go off. For sure. I think he might be well. I think he's going to be good in this game. Because I feel like if you're the top 5 in AP poll, which Iowa State is, number 2, I think you're just going to be so fired up to play them. So, Texas Tech, unranked. They were so fired up. They were shooting so well to start out the game. Then Iowa State, they just find a way to win. And I don't know how they do it. So, West Virginia, they're going to be fired up to play us. They're going to be, bouncing off the walls, happy. Excited. They're going to be locked in from now all the way to Saturday. Especially having their home court. I just think they're going to be so excited to play us. And I think West Virginia is an amazing team. I think, because it's at West Virginia, Iowa State, well, the West Virginia will be in the game with us most of the game. I still believe we'll get the win by double digits, but I really think that they're going to hang with us. First half, they're going to we're not going to play well. We're going to be down 10 in the first half. Then we're going to try to get it down to 5 at the end of the first half. And then we're just going to creep back in the second half because we're a good second half team. And we're going to end up winning by double digits. I'm not saying in the 20s at all. I think it'll be 12, 13 points that we win by. And I don't know. Because Iowa State, they played the number 9 team in the country, and they had the lead for 35 minutes and 50 seconds, which is insanity. With Kansas having 3 minutes and 19 seconds. At the start, Iowa State Curtis Jones getting that 2-pointer, and then coming down, and they just hit a 3-pointer on us. Well, no, they came down. We gotta stop, and they gotta stop, and then they came down and hit a 3-pointer to get the lead. But at that point, I thought they were just gonna shoot well the entire night, but they ended up did not. But in the second half, when we came back, had that 10-point lead, they made 4 shots in a row, and then I think all Iowa State fans were getting nervous. Yeah. I think, well, we're talking about the West Virginia game. Let's go back. I think the game plan for us to beat West Virginia, I think we can handle their offense if we score. And I think if we play good defense, the offense will come. So I think Iowa State can handle their defense. For sure. For sure. But if Javon Small is getting assists, getting points, and getting fouled, same with number 10, forgot his name, but he's a shooter. If he's hitting those 3-pointers, we're gonna be in trouble. But if we just stand our ground on the defensive side, I think we can get the dub. Only if Iowa State plays well on both sides of the ball. Because I already know West Virginia's just going to be so excited to play us that they're going to come out hot. And if we just start off, we don't need to start scoring points at the start. We just need to play defense because they're gonna come out. Excuse me. And they're gonna be playing lights out. So if we just startle them on the defensive side, starting it right off, I think Iowa State will play better than what the scoreboard looks like. Yeah. I think it's going to be a tough one because I think, for sure, West Virginia is going to be shooting so good that the Iowa State just needs to stop them. That's all they need to do. And at this point in time, on Saturday, all I want Iowa State to do is play D hard and get those, when we have those shots, when we have the right shots, shoot right shots, and then when we have those good shots, put them down the net. And then the defense will just take care of itself. Well, that's the end of the first episode of Cyclone State. Because it really is a Cyclone State. And thanks for listening. I'll have a new Cyclone State out soon to talk about the West Virginia game and how they played. Bye.